All right, I'm live now. Come on, Perennial.
What's Dom though?
Dom got a family issue. Shout out to our other fight guy, Dominic Verdeen. Family issue, couldn't be here today, but he's with us in spirit always.
I think this is good. We'll just start right here.
All right, just start. Let's put this in the middle. I don't want to reach in between your legs and everything, so just to let you know. Good. You really got to stop watching Parks and Recreations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Fight Guys. This edition is actually a live one. As you've noticed, we are actually live on the Fight Guys YouTube channel, Steven Carreño's KO Artist Sports, and we are also filming it as well. I am Fernando Pimentel from BehindTheGloves.com, and of course the Fight Guys, and of course
Steven Carreño, KO Artist Sports on YouTube. We're live right now. Catch all the live events too. Follow all of us. We're all trying to do live events for you guys. So just follow us. I think it notifies them, right?
Yeah, if they like you enough, they'll
right. Like my stuff.
and of course
don't turn them off.
And Frederick Hawthorne from Barbershop Conversations,
who is in legal dispute right now, trying to get
which I'm so guilty. So.
Damn. Since we're talking about legal disputes, I said we should just start off with that right now. Okay. And since we gave him the prelude of everything on live, what happened with Terrence Crawford, man? Terrence Crawford, as reported by the Omaha Worldwide, I apologize if I'm butchering that, but they reported that he was in court and they have given him 90 days. 90 days in jail. Shortened
immediately,
down,
right?
Yeah, immediately shortened down to 50. He is, from what all reports are saying, and he is already incarcerated. He is detained. He is in there for 50 days. Also 2 years probation. If you guys don't know the story and everything, this is about a situation at a body shop where, according to even eyewitnesses and everything, there was no physical damage done to the individual that filed the lawsuit. I don't know if there was any property damage or anything. I don't know that. I don't know those details and everything. But for a guy who has a spotless criminal record like Terrence Crawford, and mind you, where he's from, you got to take his background into consideration and everything. Like, for him to have a spotless record, being where he's from and everything, that's immaculate. That is a testament to his person and persona and who he is. But 2 years probation, 90 days in jail, getting 50. He's going to miss Christmas with his family. I know he just had a newborn. And he's also going to miss New Year's with his family. Your guys' thoughts?
He has a new family.
Yeah.
Big Bubba.
Nah, they're going to put him in the distance, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, on the outside looking in, I don't know the letter of the law in Omaha, but us looking in, it looks like it was just a verbal dispute, but 53 days in jail. I don't know. I'll tell you guys a story. I was on a beer run in college, right? And we got caught doing a beer run in college, and the owner of the store tried to make it think like we had grand theft, so we literally had to spend the night in jail. So that's my experiences in jail. It was like 4 hours, but right. we had to spend the night in jail. We were like 19 at the time, but I can't imagine spending 53 days in jail, man. That's just. It seemed like the punishment doesn't fit the crime. But I'm on the outside looking in, so I don't know the letter of the law in Omaha, but 53 days in jail. But that may be why Bob Arum jumped on this date, because they knew what was coming.
Yeah,
same thing with Floyd Mayweather when he had to do his 90 days in jail.
Right.
So I guess, people say he's the 2016 Floyd Mayweather, so I guess it fits.
He's following the script. I think it just seems super excessive. Like I was talking to Fernando about it. I guess maybe, again, we don't know exactly what the details are and all that. But I was telling Fernando, I can see where it's maybe a special circumstance because he is a fighter. I'll bet even like a world-class fighter, obviously, that he is, But regardless, just knowing a guy's a fighter, you're going to react differently when there's a confrontation. You're going to be, you might not back down, but you might be in the back of your mind like, shit, I'm going to get fucked up. You know what I mean? Because it's a fight. That's what he does. That's what he said he does for a living. So I could see where maybe the threat level seemed higher than, say, a normal confrontation with somebody else. But 50 days in jail and two years probation too, it just seems super excessive. I could see maybe a big fine and like a lot of community service or something.
Mhm.
But Fern told me something that the judge said something about that he had this demeanor of like oh, you feel like you're above the law or something like that. So I'm wondering maybe he popped off in the court or something, or just had this attitude of like whatever, and so maybe the judge like just threw the book at him because of that, you know. So
I'm sure that'll be public soon. You know,
Right.
you can request that.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's just.
Yeah.
It's just terrible, you know, considering the fact that boxing is in a nice boom and everything. This whole situation kind of like, when reported was big, but then kind of went under the radar and everything, and now we get this. Again, he's missing the holidays with his family and everything. Obviously, he's going to have to get put in protective custody, probably like in his own cell and everything, getting away from General Pop. But it's like, man, did he really have to go through that? Just, again, no physical damage. I don't recall if there's any property damage or anything like that. To me, it's just excessive, honestly.
Yeah.
It seems super excessive.
And then when you take into account maybe what he said, you know, like now it's like actually what you say. So like even though there was no punches thrown, the victim probably said that he's gonna kill me or something like that.
Right,
so
yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
He's gonna fuck me up.
Yeah, yeah.
But
It's
come
like,
on,
shit,
how
you
many
might.
times? How many times in social media has nobody popped off on somebody? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like, so if we're getting taken by our words, are we going to be taken into what we say on social media too? Like, it's
But see,
just
the
ridiculous.
difference is, like I was telling you, is if it's a fighter and he's in your face,
Mhm.
it's like, well, shit, like he is gonna fuck me up. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like it's not just like, oh, okay, cool, I can turn off, my browser and then you're
Mhm.
gone. You know what I mean? It's like, shit, you're standing in front of me, like you're telling me you're gonna fuck me up. Like, fuck, like maybe you are. You know what I mean? Like, so it makes it different. But again, I definitely think it's way too excessive.
Yeah, just I feel
God
bad
bless
for
him,
Blood on
hopefully,
this
you
one.
know, he
Hopefully he comes out like Floyd though.
and-
Floyd came out.
Floyd came out red. Yo, that's what I'm saying.
He said he did 1,000 push-ups a day.
Yes, I don't know, but let's hopefully he comes out
With
like
a little
Floyd.
afro. With a
Yeah,
little
afro. And the goatee.
Yeah,
Look like a completely different Floyd. Like,
like
hey,
a running back. Yeah.
looking like a younger version of his dad.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And like a straight younger version of his father and everything. I'm like, damn.
Well, he became more like his dad.
Yeah.
Because his dad did jail time. You know what I mean? So for drugs. So.
And obviously at the time, yesterday, there was a lot of reports that Arum was open to making the Broner versus Crawford fight. A lot of people are probably thinking that this might hinder that, but then at the same time, Broner has a fight against Adrian Granados in February, so given the time frame and everything, might actually work out,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because Blood could come back, and if he doesn't get that, obviously he's in the running for the Pacquiao. Freddie Roach has told us on many occasions how he wants that fight, Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao, so his options are there.
The Broner thing still works because, I mean, it's
Just on
especially
schedule-wise.
juicy. Schedule-wise for sure, but also with the fact that Aaron just worked with Heyman for the Molina fight,
Yeah.
so it kind of keeps that ball rolling for those guys. So hopefully that's the case because that's a good fight at 140 for sure.
That's a good fight?
Yeah, at 140. It's interesting.
It's an interesting fight.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a
Let's
good
say that.
fight.
It's an interesting
I
fight.
think Terrence Crawford is too
That's
good.
true.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
Terrence Crawford. I'm sorry. I like Broner and everything.
He would have to move up. I think Crawford has to move up to get a fight.
To get a competitive fight.
Mhm,
Yeah.
competitive
No, yeah,
fight.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's really nothing. There's really nothing at 140.
140.
Like, he already demolished the number 2 guy, which is Victor Postal. Matisse is coming back, and he's coming back at 47.
Mhm.
Who really is there at 140? There's nobody at 135 that you could move up to 140 except for Mikey. But Mikey's going for a 135 title. So,
And the top rank Mikey thing is still pretty fresh, I think.
Mhm.
yeah. So, it's just like, well, according to Aegis in a conversation that he had with him, they want Lomachenko to move up to 135
I
for
saw
Mikey.
that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why I follow Barbershop Conversations for that.
That was an exclusive.
That was
It's funny because I was watching my interview with Joe Smith, and then I looked in the background. I was like, "Fucking Fred's talking to Aegis," because I had asked Aegis earlier. I was like, "Hey, can I talk to me?" He was real like, I think the press conference was about to. He's like, "Oh, I don't really have anything to say." But then he and I were talking about Sergey and Lomachenko. I was like, "Well, just say that, on camera." But what? When I started talking to him, I was like, "Good shit, Fred."
No.
Yeah, that was good.
Good one from there, Lomachenko moving up to 135.
That's big news.
Exactly.
That was big news. Hell yeah.
And that they're interested in the Mikey fight. And obviously, like you said, the whole top-ranked Mikey situation might be too fresh. But give it 6 months, give it less than a year, they could work it out. And Mikey's a free agent. He isn't signed with anybody.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it
Check
works.
out Barber Conversations for that interview. It was a good interview with Aegis for sure.
But let's talk about pretty much fight week here in LA, man. We got Bernard Hopkins, who completely went off on.
Yeah, you can go down this one.
He just went on an amazing, epic rant yesterday at the press conference. If you guys haven't seen it, check out the Fight Guys. Once you're done here, have it up. You can see what B-Hop said. Check it out on KO, Artist, and Barbershop. But wow, what a speech!
That was great. When that started, I was like, oh, thank God. It was good to see just vintage kind of Hopkins. You've always like seeing it in press conferences and stuff. To be there live was awesome. He got in his face, like away from the mic, like he's like Common, like right in his face.
I was like the rapper.
Oh man, that was awesome. But I think he got pissed because right before that, as like soft spoken and stuff as Joe Smith sounds, I mean, he said he was like, I'm gonna knock him out. I want to knock him out. I want to be the first one to do it. It hasn't happened yet in his career, and I want to do it. And you don't say something like that to Bernard Hopkins without expecting something back. So, and God, it was epic coming back. He punished that boy for sure.
And then Joe LaGuardia saying that Joe Smith is going to win this for the common man. That's literally what gave the ammunition to B-Hop to go on that special common rant. Because, my God, even I'm still like, I go back to it and I watch it. It's just amazing what he says. Awesome. He even refrained from saying, I'm not going to give him the Kelly Pavlik treatment. I end careers. I'm like, damn.
He said, I don't wish the Kelly Pavlik treatment on him.
Like, wow. Awesome. He even has a name for the treatment. That's what's bad. It's like, I don't know. B-Hop still has it. 51 years old, about to be 52 next month. Always has had the gift of gab. He always knows how to talk and just knows how to sell a fight, man.
He's sharp as a sword, man.
Yeah, he is.
At the media thing, he was clowning like everybody for their question, even though I thought they were all pretty but he was just, it was awesome.
He was just having fun at the media workout. Now,
what did you think, Fred?
About the speech?
Yeah.
I love it. Man, I was like, I'm putting it on my iPod.
I'm
going to listen to it when I work out.
And
it's just so good that he's bringing back the execution because love or hate him, that's what fans gravitated towards. Even the Puerto Rican fans, I hate him, but damn, he's so captivating. Right, he's so in control of every word and every syllable that comes out of his mouth. Better yet, and it looked like Joe Smith was kind of shook though. Like he was like Joe Smith or Joe, what's his name?
Joe Smith.
Joe Smith Jr.
He was like he has a nervous twitch about it. Have you noticed that?
Like when he stands?
He does.
Rocks a little bit.
And I don't know if that's normal or he's just the moment maybe too big for him. I don't know, but I'm interested in seeing how he responds to Bernard Hopkins bobbing and weaving and turning him and sticking his jab and throwing his shoulder and his chin. Little subtle things like that.
Hopkins is going to do the probably throw a push up in there or two. What
I mean?
He did.
That's Pascal fight, right?
Yeah. He's going to do all that stuff just to continue to get in his head, whether he's doing good or not. He's just going to do it because it's. I would think even especially if he's not doing good, just to kind of be all right, let me do something.
He did it against Kovalev and everything. Even though Kovalev was beating him, he was still playing around with him.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be great to see. Tune into that for sure on HBO. That show starts at
7 out here now.
Alexander Usyk is the
first
opener.
fight.
That first fight is
awesome.
amazing.
Alexander Usyk is enormous. That dude, I'm glad he cut his hair. Do you see that box work thing he did with the hair? He has braids. You see what I'm talking about, right?
I saw it.
He has these long braids down to here.
Oh, really?
Kind of like Fernando Vargas style back in the day. But it's a good look. It's a good look that he got rid of it. But that's going to be a good fight. JoJo's I like that kid.
Yeah.
He's a real good kid. Man, the collision course that him and Oscar Valdez are on.
I'm excited to see that.
Hopefully they keep going the way they are because that's going to be a juicy. And I love that they both know it. They both are like, we're we all know it, right? Every time we talk to them about it, they're like, we're going to fight eventually. They're real, but they're also very friendly with each other. They're not, not talking shit yet. But those kids are awesome. We're very extremely lucky to have access to both of them. So that's awesome.
Oscar's in The Rock. JoJo's Almonte and everything like that. So we got great access to it. And the WBC just named him Prospect of the Year too.
Which one? Who?
JoJo.
Oh yeah.
They named him Prospect of the Year. And like I said, when we've been talking about Valdez, he's literally where Valdez was a year ago because that's who they named prospect of the year.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so it's like
and
the parallels. Yeah, the parallels for them is just. I can't wait for that fight.
It's funny. Last time I interviewed Oscar, I started with with.
Was that like 3 years ago?
No. So
I've been trying to get an Oscar interview for the longest time. I've been trying to get an Oscar interview for the longest time.
I got him I got Oscar De La Hoya at the toy drive thing.
This morning?
No.
Oh, it's tomorrow morning.
Sorry, not the toy drive.
Tomorrow morning.
The giveaway thing that he did at the gym.
Yeah.
And they were trying to let me talk to him, but I was like in the middle of the crowd, and luckily he was cool because he saw me and he was like, all right, like I'll sign stuff and give you some time, so that was cool. But yeah, trying to get Oscar now is a pain for sure. Yeah, it's hard. You almost got him yesterday. You were right there.
I was trying.
You've been trying.
I've been trying to get him, but they seem to pull him out. You know what I mean? He wants no parts of media. So
I don't know why.
We'll see.
Maybe he's tired of the glove.
But he did make a big announcement yesterday on ESPN.
Well, that's exactly what we're going to get at.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. We'll get to that soon. But talk to me, since we're still talking about B-Hop and everything. I know last week I saw you at the Morris Cuellar weigh-in, and even afterwards, you still had a lot of time with Nassim Richardson. Did anybody ask, or did they get into why he's not training B-Hop for this fight?
Yeah, he said he just didn't get a phone call. I mean, it was plain and simple. And how many years have they been together? Ever since I've known boxing, and that's why when I asked him 2 days, I said, all I know is you and Richardson. Like, I don't know. It's like Karl Malone, Jerry Sloan. Like, you go in the Hall of Fame together. Like, you ride off into the sunset. And
yeah, you're right. It looks weird.
Yeah, it looks weird seeing
Karl
John
Malone and John Stockton were this, but then you saw Karl Malone, Gary Payton, and Kobe. Like,
don't.
Wait, what?
It didn't work either.
Yeah. They didn't make the playoffs that year.
They made the finals. They just lost to Detroit.
Karl Malone,
Kobe.
Is that the year they got swept? 4-1?
4-1, yep. That was it, yeah.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Oh, okay.
Magic Johnson positive.
Okay, Magic Johnson. But he didn't really say nothing, but there's some behind the scenes stuff, behind the scene conversation that has to occur because you have so much history together. And it seemed like, speaking to Bernard, he's separated the emotional side of his life from the pragmatic approach to his life. Nassim Richardson's had a stroke. He's older. I don't know. I've had, like I said, I don't get a chance to see Nassim Richardson train in a boxing ring because he's on the East Coast. But Bernard knows, what he looks like in the ring now. So that's their discretion. But I mean, I shagged Nassim Richardson all day that day because I don't get a chance to see him, And I just let him talk.
And he spits gold.
Yeah, he does.
He just, oh man, just standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I asked him maybe like 1-2 questions, and my interview's like 12 minutes long. Because he just boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh.
And that's exactly what I did. I followed him all the way out the door. And but there's some animosity there. It has to be, it's like brothers or sisters,
Exactly.
You grow up and then you don't talk for 5 years, or you leave the family business for some odd reason.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it was. It seemed like they're both Muslim, They both cut from the same cloth, they both from the streets of Philly, So, hopefully they can rectify their situation because post-boxing, they can be the bridge to a greater Philadelphia in terms of boxing and in terms of inspiring the community.
Yeah, especially since B-Hop has that Golden Boy connection and everything like that.
Yeah,
Philly fighters could sign there and everything, and Philly's a hotbed, We just had J-Rock, Jesse Hart's with Top Rank and everything. Gabriel Rosado, even though, his career and everything, still a Philly fighter and everything. So, Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of prospects.
McNeil.
Yeah. I was talking to what's his name, Mark. He's from Knockout News. That he helps out Fight Hype and stuff. And he's from Philly. And
the white husky dude.
Yeah.
He's cool.
And after the J-Rock thing, he's like, man, Philly keeps taking L's. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Can't spell Philly without 2 L's.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But was it Bernard? There was someone before Nazim. He worked with Nazim.
He worked with all three of them. Freddie Roach, Nassim.
No, but Nazim was like the second to somebody. What was that guy's name? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't recall.
Is it the tall, thin black guy?
Not tall, but I thought Nazim was like second to somebody, and then he ended up going with Nazim because that guy was older. But I know there's somebody. I can't remember his name. I thought maybe you guys might remember his name. But he stays with long stretches with guys for a while. But yeah, no, it was sad to see them not together. Especially when he brought back John David Jackson for the last one, who obviously kind of attributed his loss to his last loss against Sergey. You know? But I mean, regardless of all that, I mean, Saturday is going to be awesome. I can't wait to watch him perform. I've only seen him one time before when he fought Chad Dawson here in LA, and it was the one that ended like
in the second
early.
round and everything because of the shoulder situation.
Because of the shoulder thing, yeah. So that was a little like.
That was Bernard's shoulder, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Just,
Yeah. Oh, he was.
I'm thinking to myself, I don't think I've ever seen Bernard live, so this is going to be a treat.
Me either.
Yeah,
No, I
this
mean,
is going to be
well,
a treat.
I
Yeah.
kind of feel like I didn't because I only got like the 2 rounds and then that thing happened. So you know, but
You paid for the ticket that night, huh?
I did. Yeah. It was crazy because well, maybe I shouldn't say this to the fans, but I didn't pay for the tickets I was sitting at. Yeah, but I was.
Well, that's what happens when an arena isn't all
that
that packed and everything like that. You could get lower now.
And what was cool was the undercard to that was Linares versus DeMarco. I mean,
That's when
the shit
DeMarco
at the
was
time.
good.
Yeah. DeMarco and Linares was like the next hot thing. Like, you know, I mean, he looks great. But, I mean, when DeMarco was landing shots, you would see like the blood and sweat like fly. I was like, oh. Like, you saw people on the side like, oh. Like getting caught with that stuff. But no, it was a great night. So, I mean, Saturday, I can't wait. That's gonna be good stuff. That whole card, I'm excited for.
Yeah, the whole card top to bottom, and I love the fact that Golden Boy is actually working with damn near every single promoter.
awesome.
They got Tom Loeffler on it. They got Kathy Duva on it. All they're missing is Aram and PBC.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a great night for sure.
Yeah, it starts off early. Ivan Delgado's on the card. King Ryan Garcia's on the card.
I want to see him fight.
Yeah, I know.
You're
You're gonna love him.
Really?
Yeah,
You're gonna love him.
Really?
He's got that
flair.
He's got that
fit.
attitude, that swagger in the ring,
Really?
everything. Dude, the kid
He has it off of
the
the ring,
kid fights
too.
the kid fight at what weight does he fight?
35 is it?
All right, when I saw him spar, I saw him at the Santa Cruz gym sparring, and he was sparring freaking Kamagai. Yes.
Really? Oh shit.
So,
wow. That's huge.
and he was able to keep him off.
Kamagai, the guy who just beat Solo Carras?
Yes.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So the dude got skills, man. The kid's got skills. So I'm happy for him. You know, I'm happy.
Chimpa's on it too.
Chimpa,
I like that kid. Yeah. It's gonna be good. I'm glad Golden Boy's putting all their prospects, kind of giving them one more fight before the end of the year. All that.
Well, they're filling up everything because they got the Friday night fight too with Shabransky and
I can't wait for that.
Barrera at Fantasy Springs.
That's going to be a good fight.
That is going to be a great fight. The only thing I hate about
the drive.
Yes,
God,
that drive is rough. And then you got Friday, and it's going to be raining here in LA. You know, out here in LA, we don't know how to drive when it rains.
That's true.
Yeah.
And people are just stupid.
We'll leave right after the weigh-in. We'll get there in time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's just, oh man, that drive is terrible. That drive is just bad.
What? You want to cut it and do another segment or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
What else are we gonna talk
You
about?
gonna wrap this segment up?
Yeah. Just go ahead, man. I like the conversation, just going free flowing and everything, nothing else. But that's pretty much a recap on what's going on with Bud Crawford and his situation. This weekend's fights here in Los Angeles and in Indio, California, against Sullivan Barrera and Shabransky is on HBO Latino. Starting, I believe, at 10 p.m. here on the West Coast, 7 p.m. over there on the East Coast. You guys get the live feed, you lucky bastards. You guys get to watch that again on Friday night. Saturday, obviously, tune in for a B-Hops fight with Joe Smith Jr. as the main event, the final one of his career. Joseph Diaz is fighting as the co-main event. And again, the Alexander Usyk fight is going to be bananas. Trust me, you guys will enjoy it. Fernando Pimentel from Behind the Gloves and the Fight Guys saying we'll see you guys at the fights.
Are we gonna do a show before the end of the year, kind of giving like fight of the year, knockout of the year, all that stuff?
Yes, we are.
Let's do it.
Yes, we are. Like next week, we are doing Leo Santa Cruz.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Next
Going
week,
to his gym?
yes, we're going to his gym.
On Valley?
I'm gonna try to. I talked to Jean.
We'll be back.
At the the fight on Saturday.
Dejan
Zartichny.
I'm bad at his name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Dejan Zartichny. But he I'd asked him if I could come to the gym and stuff. He said cool. So maybe
Where's his gym at?
in Long Beach.
Who?
Dejan,
Mikey's opponent.
Mikey's opponent.
Yeah, we should go by there.
We should. Dude,
I didn't get a number though. I should.
Dude, you're the WBC champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a beast, dude.
He is a beast.
That fight's gonna be good. What are we
Yeah,
talking
he
about?
deserves that much respect.
Yeah.
WBC champion. Freaking Mikey loves the fight, so why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pass me a Chips Ahoy. Like, you got prime real estate because you got the Chips Ahoy on one side and you got the chips on the other one. Fred gotta ask you for the chips. I gotta ask for the Chips Ahoy. Like, you got prime real estate there. And usually I'm the one in the middle.
Oh shit! Craig Sager passed away.
No!
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 Yeah.
No.
Damn, that sucks.
Fuck.
On a Thursday.
On a
Wow.
TNC Thursday.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
I'm gonna have to hit my boy up because he
I
loves
love
that
Craig
guy.
Sager.
Well, you guys want to talk about that right now? We don't talk basketball, but we can, you know?
I love Craig Sager, man.
Damn, man.
What did he have? Lymphoma?
He had cancer, bro. Yeah, like,
I know, but lymphoma is cancer.
yeah, but it was just like, damn, man.
Damn, that sucks. Damn, that's rough.
Charges like
Oh, let me
Is that it?
So what's the next topic?
We'll find something to talk about right now. I'm just looking at this whole
Craig Sager.
Craig Sager situation. That sucks, bro.
That's crazy. What else can we talk about?
Mm-hmm.
We could, well, I think, is it...
Earl Spence and Timothy
Yeah.
Bradley.
Being ordered by WBC.
All right, let's go.
Bradley, that's good.
The heck was that?
The shutter, I think, or something.
That sucks, man. Craig Sager was bomb. Going?
Go ahead. The last. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've lost way too many people this year. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Fight Guys. I am Fernando Pimentel from BehindTheGloves.com and obviously The Fight Guys YouTube channel. With me, the returning crew of...
Steven Cordeño, KO Artist Sports on YouTube, and bringing it to you live right now and anything else I can. So follow us all for live content for sure.
And Frederick Hawthorne with Barbershop Conversations.
Now, let's talk about the WBC convention that just happened in Miami earlier this week and just finished, actually. A lot of good news coming out of there. Obviously, we have the ordered fight by the WBC for Earl Spence versus Tim Bradley Jr. And the winner of that fight gets Amir Khan. I still don't know how that's actually a prize, but, you know, Earl Spence, all of us are high on him. Timothy Jr., Timothy Bradley Jr., always a great fighter, always in a great fight. And I just don't see this fight happening now. I know Earl's doing the whole IBF thing with Kell Brook
I was gonna
and
say,
everything.
yeah.
So how did the WBC come up with this decision to get this fight going? I don't see the mathematics working out of the logistics and everything, but it's an interesting fight. Bradley versus Spence, at the end of the day, is one of those fantasy fights that we all wanted to see.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, if it were to get made, it'd be awesome. I'd love to watch it. I'd love to cover it for sure. Did you guys get to talk to Spence while he was here?
Mhm.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him. But, he seemed like he was a little more, from the interviews I saw, was more kind of focused on the Kell Brook fight. Obviously, this was just ordered, so maybe he didn't know much about it. But I think it's better for Spence than it is for Bradley. I don't know. I mean, I guess who else would Bradley fight, right? I mean, he could rematch Jesse Vargas, I guess.
He could what?
Rematch Jesse Vargas, but that's what I'm saying. Like what,
That train left a
what
long
else?
time ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's good for both of them. I could see Tim Bradley being the guy.
Tim Bradley won 9 rounds.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just trying to think like, Top Rank tends to keep top rank fighters fighting top rank fighters. So, so I mean, yeah, no, I love it on paper. Like I love to watch it. I love to watch it happen. I don't think I know it would be kind of billed as that like young lion versus like the old veteran thing. But I mean, even if whoever loses, I don't think loses much. I mean, I think they're both. I don't know, they're both high quality guys at the time.
It's not whoever loses. It's when Tim Bradley loses.
And it also depends on how they lose too.
With all due respect, man, Errol Spence is, it's literally like fighting Russell Westbrook as a boxer. Like he will exert more than you. He will go further than you. You know, he's just Errol Spence is a monster, man.
Yeah. Errol Spence is the 140 Terrence Crawford. 147 Terrence Crawford.
Yeah.
That's exactly who he is right now. That kid is amazing. Dude, come on. He did what Keith Thurman couldn't do. He knocked out Bundu.
And Bundu is a hard guy to knock out because Bundu got knocked down in the first and second round by Keith Thurman and danced for 10 rounds.
Out. Yeah, he's like, I'm good. Yeah. He's like, I'm good. No more of that. And then he knocked out Chris Algieri.
No. Rolled him over. Like, it wasn't even... Yeah. It was like a storm coming through. Like, and you look back and the houses are gone, the kids are gone, the first row was there. I mean, Chris Algieri was like, no fucking way. Yeah. This dude just steamrolled me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, then he had the epic picture or something like that when he did something Chris Algieri. That was a great shot. You know, but if I'm Timothy Bradley, I go and find Andre Berto real quick.
Yeah? Really?
Sean Porter real quick. Hell yeah. You're not about to propel this young guy on your behalf.
Right, yeah.
And Timothy Bradley, he doesn't get credit for how great of a boxer he is.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's a technician in the ring.
He beat Palmamo Marquez.
I was there.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Knocked him down. Knocked him down in late rounds.
In the 12th, I think.
No, he didn't knock him down. He rocked him in the 12th with the left hand. Considering, everybody says that Tim's not a heavy puncher. He rocked him. No.
I thought stumbled with the glove down.
No, I didn't.
They didn't count it?
No, they didn't count it.
Okay.
So I remember it was bad, though.
It was bad. It was a bad shot. Yep.
But I don't fight no Errol Spence. I mean, Timothy Bradley is a hell of a boxer, but doesn't have the power of a 147 guy. And he really hasn't been the same since Joel Diaz. I don't care what you say about Timothy Bradley, but the Joel Diaz beat Manny Pacquiao the first time. He beat him. This is
on paper. Yeah.
On paper. Second fight, didn't get knocked out, went to decision, didn't get knocked down. He got knocked down 2 or 3 times by Manny Pacquiao.
In the third fight.
So Brandon Rios was a dead man walking that fight by his own admissions. So the jury is still out on whether Teddy Atlas is good for him as opposed to Joel Diaz. You know what I mean? Because if you look at it on paper, it's like, oh, Teddy Atlas, great sound bites, but in the ring, the results are still pending. You know what I mean?
That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, because you're right. Because Brandon himself said that. I mean, he was 60 pounds overweight or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he was.
Yeah, he just wasn't. And I guess I attributed a little more to Pacquiao, but I mean, I attributed Pacquiao's performance being the best against Bradley to Pacquiao. But I mean, you make a good point.
But you shouldn't be getting knocked down 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, the only difference was Atlas, and he did. He knocked him down a bunch of times, which he hadn't done before. So
because Timothy Bradley's strengths should be stronger now because Pacquiao is a little bit older.
Yeah.
So we see Timothy Bradley trailing. You know what I mean? He should be. I mean,
as
close to equal.
Closer,
you know what I mean? Because of the age discrepancy.
Yeah.
So Timothy Bradley, no way in hell he gets in the ring with. If he gets in the ring with Earl Spence, sheesh. I'll be press row.
Yeah. I just want Spence to get one of those, like Kell Brook, Bradley, some
Thurman, Garcia, somebody, a name,
because he is the real deal. He should be in the casual boxing fan's mind with those guys. And I know he got a lot of that fight against, was it Bundu was the one after the USA game?
Yep.
Yeah. And that got a lot
4
of
million people.
6.6.
That was strategically planned. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good call too. I thought, but But yeah, if you guys don't know who he is, he's a real deal, and I can't wait to see the kid just get a shot. I just want him to get a shot. I'd honestly prefer it to be against Kell Brook though, so I think it's a bigger name. I think he'll probably get. I think if he beats Kell Brook,
it's been looming longer.
Right, and I think if he beats Kell Brook, it's a little more like I'm here now. You guys got to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he beat Keith Thurman.
Right, you know what I mean.
I'm not Keith Thurman.
Sean
Porter. Yeah. So I think it's a little more like I don't need to call people anymore. Like I'm the people are calling out. You know what I mean? So I think if he beats Bradley, people might just kind of take that as Bradley just lost to Pacquiao. You know, even though he shouldn't, because Bradley is like you said.
Bradley's only lost to Pacquiao.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So. You know, it shouldn't be that way, but I think people might be like, oh, well, you know, Bradley's older, blah, and they might just attribute that more to Bradley than they should be giving the credit to Keith, to Spence. Yeah.
And he beat Provodnikov in his prime, so I'm not discrediting Timothy Bradley at all, but
Mauricio Herrera beat Provodnikov in his prime. All right, think about it that way. Think about what Mauricio Herrera is right now at the moment, you know?
Yeah, but that fight was nuts, though.
Yeah, that's the fight that was expected. Everybody thought Bradley was just going to, run circles around him and everything. No, he came to brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that was fight of the year that year.
But if that fight gets made, man, damn.
Yeah, we'll be there for sure.
100% I'll be there.
Yes.
That might be a step up, though. That may not be a Vegas fight because Timothy Bradley don't sell tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't. He's from California.
Yeah, he's from California. Earl Spence. You know?
Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That might be a California fight. So that's definitely a step up. I don't think that's a Vegas fight.
What did Spence talk to you guys about?
Kell Brook and about people avoiding him. He basically said he's avoiding me. You know, like, come on, let's fight. He's making excuses. He had a faking. I'm paraphrasing what he says, or analyzing what he said, I should say. He had a fake injury. He got the 60 more days, but now it's time to fight. You know, put up a shut up, and that's where he's at.
I was blessed to actually be in the conversation with Ken Porter, Sean Porter, and Earl Spence talking about that fight.
Nice.
And how even they feel that he just doesn't want it. He doesn't want that fight.
Well, you can tell by his opponents as well.
Yeah, exactly. And they were like, and Spence is like, I have no problem traveling to the UK. I'll fight him over there. I have no issue with it, you know? Just
He did say that.
let's keep going. Let's just get the fight going. He has no problem. So it goes to show to Earl's confidence on how he believes and what he believes that he is going to beat Kell Brook. It's just things need to get made. And again, we got into February 25th for it to get made, or
Damn, really?
or after that it goes to first bid.
Well,
that long?
we got a
That
big
long,
one today because that's a whole other story. But Triple G Monday goes to purse bid. If they don't agree.
Who? Triple G and Jacobs?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Good. That needs to happen already.
that needs to happen for real.
Yeah.
Triple G needs. I'm sorry because. Sorry for Danny Jacobs on that one.
Really? You think he just rolls through him?
I don't say he rolls through him. I think it's going to be Triple G's probably hardest fight ever, but at the end of the day, the outcome's still going to be the same. I don't think it's going 12.
You don't think he's going 12?
I say
think
probably late
like-
rounds.
I mean,
They both got knockout streaks now.
I was gonna say since
12 and
Jacobs, like
23,
8-0,
something like that. Yeah,
and
something
8
like that.
knockouts since his
Is
last
it 8?
loss, or 8-0. I know it's like 100% knockout ratio and wins since what was that guy's name?
Sorry for the P. What's his name?
P-Rock.
Pirog. Yeah,
Pirog.
right.
Yeah.
Which I'm sad we didn't get to see much more of him, but I think using that fight as a
Scale.
as a scale. I mean, it's like Eastern European style. Obviously, he was a power puncher. I mean, obviously, Kid Chocolate. He beat the shit out of Kid Chocolate. Danny did, but
Called him cold.
yeah, it was the first round.
Called him cold.
Oh, wait, congrats to Peter on the kid.
Like Sergio.
Oh, he got a baby?
Yeah, congrats to Peter and his wife having a
Oh,
baby.
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Today?
They had it on the
3 days
13th,
ago?
2 days ago, 3 days ago. So
Yeah,
congrats,
congratulations. For
Peter
sure.
Quillen on that one.
But yeah, kind of using that as a guide. And I mean, like Sergio Mora dropped
Jacobs, but that was,
that was a flash for sure.
Yeah, that was
as
for
well.
sure a
And he
flash.
got a fine. But I don't know, man. Just Triple G is there's a reason why everyone avoids him, and I mean, kudos to Janet Jacobs for doing it. I mean, I know there was like an issue that he wanted another fight in between again, and WBA is like, all right, that's enough. Like you're fighting him, or you're giving him your belt, which good because someone needs to fight him already.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope he gets paid for sure because.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 75-25.
That's
He was
the
pushing
issue
for-
he has with
But
it.
if they can't negotiate the fight, Al Heyman and Showtime will buy the fight.
Oh yeah, they will.
And now what HBO gonna do with Triple G?
Exactly,
That's
because
the big dilemma.
His exclusive contract and everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of the same thing with Joshua and Klitschko right now. Joshua and Klitschko, they're being bidded on by HBO and Showtime, even though Joshua has the Showtime contract.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what is Showtime going to do there?
Because I don't think that's a pay-per-view fight. That's just a big.
They're going to make us pay for it though. They are going to make us pay for Danny Jacobs versus.
Really?
Yes, I can guarantee you 1,000% that if Jacobs Golovkin gets made, that's going to be a pay-per-view fight. They're going to make us pay for it. Damn. The good thing is this: at least Tom Loeffler understands and everything. He prices the pay-per-view accordingly, so it'll probably be $50, which is I say it's a relatively good price and everything.
That's a basic, yeah.
Yeah, like most pay-per-views right now are $75 on HD and everything like that. So yeah, $50. I'm game for it. I'm cool with it.
I just give us a good undercard though.
Well, the last time they gave us Chocolatito versus Gloria, which was a good undercard.
Yeah. Now it'll be like.
Now it'll probably be
Usyk. That'd be cool.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Bring Chocolatito back because according to them, they've already in the WBC convention. Cuellar versus Quadras versus Chocolatito.
Supposedly it was set.
There's a rematch set for like March or something. So
really?
Yeah. So like I said, there's a lot of things that came out of that WBC convention.
What else came out of there?
Their fighter of the year or the fight of the year was
that's right,
Salido versus Vargas according to WBC. It's the WBC, that's why. Thurman Porter was WBA, so that's why they couldn't really give it that. And was Santa Cruz versus Frampton WBC as well?
Yeah, Leo had WBC.
Yeah. So they gave it to Francisco Vargas versus Orlando Salido. And
that's
everything.
fair. I mean, it's not a bad.
It's right there. Yeah, it's top.
It's top 2-3 this year. Yeah. So
just depends on your pick. But I think that was a good one. Possibly the year we already talked about Jojo Diaz. I thought there was something else that kind of came out of there that I was surprised about.
Not that I recall. Just so that
the Muhammad Ali statue, I saw that.
That Muhammad Ali statue.
That was pretty dope.
The Floyd.
Yeah.
Didn't you put that up on your channel? The Floyd reaction to the statue.
That
statue was pretty cool.
Yeah. I wish I could see it. I know Floyd was like, I want to buy this something. You know what I mean? Like, man, put this somewhere in my house. You know what I mean?
As soon as you walk in, it's right there.
Yeah, Floyd's been on. He's been heavy on.
Hold on. We'll talk about that in a minute too. That's a nice little subject. Let's just wrap this up again. Just us, talking about Spence and what happened at the WBC convention that they ordered Spence versus Thurman. Spence versus Bradley, even though he's dealing with the IBF situation. According to the WBC, Quadras and Chocolatito is set for March. And the fights of the year, according to WBC, was Salido versus Vargas. Anything else you guys got to add about this WBC convention?
No.
I wish it was there.
I wish it was there. I wish it was here in Cali. I wish it was here in
You know where it's going to be next year?
No.
Triple G's hometown.
Kazakhstan? Yeah, that's right. They're doing the World one there. Yep.
Wow.
That's right. Loeffler said it a couple weeks back. That's right. I completely forgot about that. WBC convention, come on, your offices are here in LA. What's up? Show some damn love. Nancy, you need to talk to us.
All right.
All right. Fernando Pimentel for the Fight Guys and Behind the Gloves.
Stephen from KO Artist Sports on YouTube.
And Frederick Hoffman with Barbershop Conversations.
Saying we'll see you guys at the fights. All right, now let's talk about this whole Triple G, Canelo situation, and what were you about? And Floyd Conor, and then we'll end it there.
Oh, that's good. Triple G Canelo. That's good.
Fuck, man. Craig Sager, man. I'm still on that. That sucks, bro. That guy was such a fucking inspiration. Did he not just win the award on ESPN? The ESPYs, did he not just win that Jimmy V thing?
I would think he would. I don't know if he did.
Mind you, that would mean this is the second person in 3 years that has won the Jimmy V award and died the same year.
Robin Roberts still alive.
Yeah, but Stuart Scott won it and died that same year.
Stuart Scott died, sure did.
He won it and died that same year.
He died on Sunday when the Cowboys were playing the Giants.
Yup.
I remember.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray Leonard was at.
I like Robin Roberts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
All right.
Sugar Ray Leonard was
on, pass me a cookie.
yesterday.
Pass me. Yeah, he was. Pass me a cookie.
So we're talking Canelo.
We're talking Canelo, Triple G, Oscar De La Hoya on fucking ESPN's First Take, putting up his promoter's license and everything. And then we'll get into Floyd Mayweather talking shit about Conor McGregor.
Right.
All right, let's go. You know, I like the fact that YouTube Live is actually getting all this outtake shit.
I know, right? Yeah.
Take a seat and I'll start going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of The Fight Guys. Today we're talking about what happened yesterday on ESPN's First Take. Oscar De La Hoya was obviously on there promoting Bernard Hopkins versus Joe Smith this weekend to everybody, the ESPN viewers, to watch it on HBO. But obviously, Stephen A. Smith and, of course, Max Kellerman of HBO could not contain themselves and had to put Oscar on the spot straight up.
And he's not talking to us.
Now I know why he didn't talk to us at the press conference yesterday. It makes perfect sense now. But they put him on the spot and they asked about Triple G versus Canelo. And Oscar, being Oscar, straight up said, I will put up my promoter's license and guarantee you guys that September 2017, Triple G and Canelo will fight at 160. Now, even beyond that, there's some news that Chavez Jr. and Canelo are in talks for May for a 165-pound fight. So, before we talk about Chavez Jr. and Canelo, let's talk about what Oscar said and your percentage on believing that fight is actually going to happen September 2017 as Oscar promised.
I could see it happening in September. I wouldn't be completely surprised if they pushed it to May of 2018. But even I actually have talked to Oscar recently, just like about a month ago, and he actually told me the same thing. He said that yeah, it's going to happen next year. That he wants it to happen. And I don't know. Seeing him and Tom yesterday, they didn't seem like there was any tension. They seemed real, like they were happy to be working together. I think it's just they're just doing what they have to do, talking to us, giving us what we need, kind of keep teasing it. They'll both kind of come up with stories on why it isn't going on or whatever. And I honestly think it's kind of all but done. They're just trying to figure out is it either going to be September or May of are we going to have to wait a whole another year and a half or so. But I definitely see it happening. Who's going to take the more dangerous fights? I mean, it seems like maybe Triple G is with the Jacobs fight. I don't know how dangerous opponents Canelo's going to take kind of leading up to it, but I think they both know that's the mega fight. That's the money maker. That's the one that obviously everyone's been waiting for. So hopefully it happens. I don't know. I guess I could see September, but like I said, I wouldn't be completely surprised if it's May and we just kind of keep getting. Oh, they don't want to sign this. Well, we offered them this. They don't want kind of the Pacquiao Mayweather situation, just not as long.
If it does happen in May, you realize that Oscar's giving up his promoter's license, right? Your thoughts, Fred?
You're right. I see it 50-50. I mean, Oscar is great at massaging media, and he was backed into a corner. He said, let me get out of here as soon as I can. I'm going to give you what you need, and we're going to end this interview. No matter what he says, how many times do boxers lie? I'm in great shape. This is going to be the best fight of my life. What you saw 2 years ago, I'm better, but I'm 36 years old. That doesn't work. So same thing holds true here. They're going to test him out in May at 160, see how he feels. If he feels they punch too hard, he'll find his way back to 154. I mean, that's just the reality of it, And what was great about that show is that now they're both in the boxing business. They're not just personalities talking about sports. Max Kellerman is in boxing heavy, and Stephen A. Smith is a novice right now in boxing, but he's officially gotten a check doing a boxing job. So
yes, he did.
Now they were able to come with him in terms of boxing knowledge, and they use Oscar's strength against him. You never ducked anybody.
Right.
Although you never won a big fight per se, but you never ducked anybody, and when will you unleash Canelo? Because it looked like they were basically, in a nutshell, saying, Oscar, you're holding this fight up.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do about it?
Right.
Like, and the boxing fans know. And you say September 17th, we expect September 17th. So now they're gonna hold him to it. And Canelo will come up with a fake injury if they don't want it to happen, but he can't lose that date though. See, that's the catch.
Right. Yeah.
No way Canelo can lose the May and September date.
Mm-hmm.
It can't happen. There's too much money to be made on that day. And more importantly, like people like me, I've already booked my room for May. Like my room is already booked and everything because I know there's a fight that weekend.
So I'm staying with you is what you're saying.
Yeah, you're staying with me. Yeah. So that's just the end of be all. But I'm 50-50 on whether it happens or not.
I'm hopeful it happens. I like the fact that, obviously when we first did the first episode of the Fight Guys, we did it right after Canelo Smith. And I'm the one that said that I felt that Max Kellerman, the way he was pressing him was somewhat disrespectful. The way they did it on this show was a tad bit different. And I actually enjoyed the way they did it. And I'm very, very positive that it more than likely will happen in September. I'm praying it does because obviously it's the fight that all fight fans want. Now, are the fight fans going to do what they did last time and not order it like they did the last two fights that they wanted? Of course,
buying it twice.
Exactly. Let's just hope Golden Boy puts on a better undercard this time than they did against.
And you know what? That's one that I feel has so much of a build-up. I mean, I was disappointed that Pacquiao Mayweather didn't have like a great undercard. I mean, you did get stars though. Leo Santa Cruz was on it. Was it Lomachenko on it?
Lomachenko was the opener,
so
and Leo Santa Cruz was the co-main event.
Like I'm cool with that. I'm cool seeing like stars. Maybe you're not fighting anybody great, but you still get a taste of like, hey, this is what this guy is. And especially with the fight that big. But I mean, hopefully it's still good. But man, I mean that build up to that fight alone, like as much as it's kind of crazy because it's you really feel like. I guess it's true. I don't know. Maybe this isn't weird, but like Triple G literally has kind of like the fans in his corner as far as like, look, I want to fight. Like I want to fight him. He doesn't want to fight me. And unfortunately, I feel like Canelo in his heart feels kind of the same way. But I think it was a smart business decision.
Canelo's not afraid.
Right? No,
Canelo's not afraid. Honestly,
not at all.
no,
Exactly.
he's not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think he's just unfortunately he has to kind of be like, well, we offered it to him. Kind of just do the promoter thing, which I feel like obviously he doesn't really want to do. But because he's the same way, he really is like, yeah, I want to fight him too. Like, who's the best guy? Okay, I want to fight that guy. Who's next?
I think he's that way. I think
you know what I mean.
I genuinely believe he's.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So, I can't wait to.
But if Canelo loses, it upsets Golden Boy. Whew, Jesus Christ.
Well, I guess it
depends on how he loses that one
because
how he loses. When he lost to Mayweather, he was still young.
Yeah, that's Mayweather.
Yeah, exactly. But then at the end of the day, the way you just said it, it's Mayweather. If he loses to Triple G, that's pretty much what we're all expecting. His fans, if he gets because his fans, no matter what, thought he was going to beat Mayweather. I don't care what you say. We were there. Remember, we were there. There was this one Mexican dude who was literally sitting in front of me, almost trying to fight me. Remember, because I kept saying,
"When we're up top."
Yep.
When we're up top.
Yeah, because I was a Mayweather guy. Yeah, that's what we met. So his fans believed he was going to beat Mayweather. They're going to believe he's going to beat Triple G, but if Triple G beats him, the majority of everybody is exactly like that. That's exactly
just
what they expect.
Just cutting the ring off on him.
But that's what I honestly, genuinely believe that's what fans expect. Triple G to wash him. And so if he loses that way, I don't think he's going to take that big of a hit.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I don't know. We've had like Manny Pacquiao got slapped by Marquez. You know what I mean? And yeah, his next fight was in China against Brandon Rios and whatever. I don't remember what those numbers were, but once he got the win, it was like he was back. You know what I mean? And back on HBO, back on all that. So, I mean, I just think it depends on how he loses.
Sure.
If he were to lose,
that's fair.
But I mean, we're all, I mean, as much as I agree with you guys, I think Triple G should be favored. After seeing Kell Brook kind of put hands on Triple G, I mean, if those hands are coming, Canelo's speed is I would say pretty similar. You know what I mean? His speed is right there, and the power is behind it. So if he starts landing like Kell Brook was, we have a fight. You know what I mean? So
he has good punch variation too.
Yeah, he does.
Great, but hook to the body, hook
shot
up top.
selection, exactly. Yeah. So.
He knows when to take breaks in between, how to move around. That way he doesn't have to throw punches, not exert extra energy that he doesn't need to. Does really good work. Honestly, Canelo to me is an underrated
He's
fighter.
a good fighter.
He does great work, but he hasn't been in a fight in threat of being knocked down in 2 years.
And all made, and here's the one thing, honestly, too. We all think of Canelo as one of the best ones out there right now. But think about everybody that we've seen in the past. Floyd Mayweather, not counting Triple G, Floyd Mayweather, Shane Mosley, Oscar De La Hoya, Felix Trinidad, Fernando Vargas, even Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. All of the great names that we could think of right now, they've all been in at least one dogfight. We have not seen that from Triple G yet. We have not seen that from Canelo yet. This could be their dogfight. We're expecting more of a dogfight on Canelo's this time, but it's like they need that one dogfight.
I wish Canelo spoke English.
He's getting better.
He is getting better.
He's getting better.
That would be epic, man.
Canelo's getting better with his
Asking him
English.
questions, man,
Having him go back
and getting his
forth.
organic reaction.
Yeah, but obviously his Spanish is where it's completely out.
Yeah, that's what
his
I mean. Yeah,
interviews,
you
but-
can interview him.
Yeah, but his English is getting way better than it was a few years ago.
This last time when we were at the workout, we'd ask him stuff in English, he would just start answering.
In Spanish, though.
Yeah, Spanish, yeah. But I mean, it was like he understood
good.
enough to kind of.
That's
like,
awesome.
Yeah.
No, he's getting.
And he has personality too.
That's what I know. That's what I know.
You want to be like.
He's a playboy kind
He
of.
oozes charisma, dude.
Yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
see it.
Uh-huh.
He oozes the charisma.
Uh-huh.
And then Triple G's like the silent assassin.
Mm-hmm.
He just shows up, says what he says, and then that's it.
His ring walks are epic.
Yeah, his ring walks are I can imagine him doing it around because
Oh, that was the best.
Yeah.
When he walked around the whole place.
the whole StubHub
And,
at the forum.
Yeah.
StubHub. He walked around the entire StubHub
He did?
during
like
the ring walk.
Throughout
Yep.
the top and then the bottom. I think he did.
What fight was that?
That was against Rubio.
Rubio.
I missed that fight. I didn't go to that one.
Yeah, and I can see him. Imagine doing that at Dallas Stadium.
Wait a minute. He started at the top?
No. He went from like where they enter, but he did the ring
No
walk
stuff.
all the way
top
around.
is like right there, but yeah,
He did it all the way around.
The ring?
Mhm.
Yeah, on the floor where the fans were. Did it
Really?
all the way around.
Really?
Yep.
I remember thinking like, what's taking him so long? I've been in this place because I was watching it on TV and I was like, I've been in this place. Why is it like get over there already? Like, what are you
It's
doing?
a ring, bro. Damn.
Right?
You know.
But I don't know, man. This fight's just
Triple G has a lot of personality too. I think I think his English also is
getting better.
is getting better. But if you talk to him off camera and stuff like that, I think maybe being on camera maybe he gets a little.
I've never spoken to him
little
on camera.
Oh really? Yeah, I'm just kind of he'll engage you a little bit more.
Yeah, he
kind
will.
of, blah blah blah. But yeah, I mean maybe Golden Boy's waiting for Canelo to speak better English. We can start doing interviews. Maybe that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Eureka! We got it! Ding, ding, ding,
We
ding,
just
ding.
solved it right now.
We just solved the mystery as to
That's
why
right.
it hasn't happened yet.
Waiting
All
for
right.
him to answer questions in English so they can really sell it. There you
You're
go.
right.
You figured it out.
Oh man, but okay. You know what? Let's talk about that. The whole English Spanish thing because Felix Trinidad always fought in America and everything like that, but never learned English. And one of the main reasons I've always heard was because he wanted to keep it 100% authentic with his Puerto Rican people. You know what I'm saying? So is that maybe what kind of held back Canelo a little bit? Like just not learning English for a while and then finally just being pushed to it? Because I know Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, his English is way better. Did you speak to him at Manny Pacquiao versus Vargas? His English compared to now to like about a year and a half ago, his English is amazing.
Really good fighter.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a different time. I mean, when Trinidad, you'd only see him after the fight or like in news spots and things like that. Like now, with social media, like you have access to these guys all the time. So, and it just broadens your audience. You know what I mean? Like if you speak English, all these people who only speak English now want to, okay, hey, this guy speaks English. Let me see what he says. Like, I get, Chavez did the same thing, only spoke Spanish. Trinidad, obviously. And I think for the time it worked, and I get the authenticity of it, and kind of like, well, I'm staying close to my roots, and this is who I am, and all that. But I just think it's a different time. I think, to have more access to kind of let more people in, to kind of get more fans. I think
That's the important thing.
you know what it is. I think you need to kind of speak English, especially. I mean, everyone in the world comes to the United States to box. Like this is the country for boxing.
There's no money in Russia, like people say. There's no money in other
Right.
countries.
Yeah, like all these Ukrainian fighters.
Tell that to
coming over here,
Povetkin and Stavern.
well, heavyweights, but yeah, it's like all these guys come
1.4
here,
each.
and so it's like, well, the main language here is English. So yeah, the what?
Bermain. I'm
Bermain
sorry.
Stavern.
I fucked up your
No.
thought. Oh, okay. No, Bermain Stavern's getting 1.4.
Oh.
Simmons and
As a B-level heavyweight, 1.4 mil tickets.
Yep. Damn. That's. Oh, he was getting more than he did against Wilder, and he was the champ.
Yeah.
How much did he get against Wilder?
I don't know. I don't recall, but it was less than that. I'll tell you that much.
Damn.
Seems like more though.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts, Fred, finally to close out Triple G versus Canelo. And honestly, we've been talking about this fight for what? In a group-wise, we've been talking about it since September, but media-wise, between all of us, when we've seen each other and everything, it's been over a year now we've been talking
Probably
about
ever since the Canelo weight occurred. You know?
Yeah.
And but how do you drop? See, how do you throw? Excuse me, not throw away. How do you give up the Mexican belt, the WBC belt? How do you give that up? Like, I mean, it's like me saying, I don't know. I can't compare it. There's no black belt, or there's like, I don't know, but
I think the IBF is black.
It's
a
a
black
belt.
but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like that is so much pride in having that belt.
Chavez had that belt.
The head office is in Mexico City. The president is a proud Mexican. His dad was a proud Mexican, and it's great to carry that lineage, you know. But we'll see if it ever comes to fruition. But they did say in May, I spoke to Mike Gomez. I interviewed him yesterday.
Eric Gomez?
Eric Gomez. I get them all confused, man. I don't know why. It's like the Watson brothers, right? But I know them. I'm saying I see other people misinterpret who they are. But they said 164, Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
And I broke that story, not boxing scenes. No, but no.
Boxing scene needs to give you your credit.
I know, because I interviewed him yesterday, and then he told me on camera that they're definitely in negotiations for that fight. And some fans are like, God damn, but at the end of the day, there are fights that has to be made. Like the rematch of Victor Ortiz, Andre Berto. What sense does it make in the grand scheme of boxing? But these are fights that have to be made. Molina, Ariola, that fight has to get made. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to anyone else. Kell Brooks, Amir Khan. It has belt to no belt. Yeah. It has to be made, and I think Brandon Rios Ortiz, the fight has to get made.
Oh yeah, that fight's been boiling for years.
You know, and Chavez Jr. and Canelo is a fight that has to be made. You know, I want to see the fight. I mean, would I prefer it over Triple G? Nah, not even close. Yeah. Not even close. But if he's the preliminary guy.
Especially on Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, on Cinco de Mayo. If he's the preliminary guy, I'll take
that all day.
I'll take that all day.
Hey, Golden Boy, I will pay you $75 for that.
Yeah. But we'll be there, so which is cool. Yeah. That'll be at the. Oh no, I probably won't be there because I'll be in Dallas. Oh, yeah. I'm only going to Dallas for Triple G. I have my own issues with that.
Yeah. We know you don't like the Cowboys.
I hate the Cowboys, so I'm not going to that fight. But Triple G, Canelo, I'll book my.
You know what's sad? You're right though. Canelo might actually fight Chavez in Texas. They will fill that motherfucker out.
If you think, I just thought about as we're talking about, like, look at all the middleweight champions Triple G has had to wait for. I want to say you probably start with Sergio Martinez. Sergio was like no. then Miguel Cotto. No. Miguel Cotto's like either you're coming to like 55 or nothing.
And then
now, you know, Canelo. Like, I mean, now he's the man at 160, but you know what I mean? It's like that's how many guys who are like pass. You know what I mean? Like that's how dangerous the guy is. But yeah, I like that preliminary fight, Chavez Jr. versus.
Oh, that's a fun fight.
Yeah,
Chavez Jr. I don't know what he's gonna say because I can't understand him, but I'm going.
Oh no, he speaks English. Chavez Jr. speaks English.
Really?
Yes.
When did that come about?
For the Fora fight, I interviewed him when he was being trained by Joe Goosen. Spoke amazing English. His English is really good now. So I'm like,
he talks shit too.
Yeah, and he talks shit when he.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
He looks like he's talking shit.
His body language.
You know, he's talking shit. You know, but I never understood him.
He's not saying he's a great fighter when he's like.
Oh man, that would be fun because he would be ready for that fight. Go ahead.
Boxing fans, Canelo fans, Triple G fans. 2017 might actually be the year we finally get it. But in between that time, we might actually get good fights. Again, there's Triple G versus Jacobs. We're talking about Canelo versus Chavez Jr. maybe. So, you know, you might actually get some great action from these two guys before we even see them fight each other.
Sure.
And honestly, That would be amazing for especially considering how the year 2016's been. We've got great fights, far and few in between and everything, but to get those fights like that, yeah, it'll be great, especially considering these are the two guys we want to see in the ring. Because, come on, we got Pacquiao versus Algieri before Pacquiao versus Floyd.
Our partner licks his fingers and then puts his hand in the bag.
Yeah, that's why I'm not reaching for the chips anymore.
How does that work?
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
That's why I'm not
How does that work? You can take that bag with you. Who does that?
They told me earlier. I didn't even realize I was doing it.
All right, but again, we were saying that it's just hopefully we get that because again, before Pacquiao Floyd, we got Pacquiao Algieri. That wasn't a fight we wanted to see, but we might get Canelo versus Chavez. We want to see that.
I want to see that.
We want to see Triple G versus Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? So we might actually get good things coming up and everything. So we could just hope that Fred. Barbershop Conversations.
Oh, thank you. You did. You sound great using my voice. Barbershop Conversations, Frederick Hawthorne.
Steven with KORThesports.com.
The finger looking good. Finger,
yeah. This is not my back again.
Seesaw Jackson. They're finger licking good at KOR. And Fernando Pimentello BehindTheGloves.com saying we'll see you guys at the fights. You sick bastard, you.
I didn't realize I was doing that.
You sick bastard. Oh my god. Final subject and then we're done.
What's that, Floyd?
Floyd talking shit about Conor.
Okay.
He's going like super hard on Conor for some reason.
For real?
Hey man, that's what people been talking shit. Conor's a shit talker. Who the fuck is that guy?
That sounds like that's him for real.
Who the fuck is that guy? Conor McGregor.
That sounds like
Floyd Mayweather ain't got nothing on me. Conor McGregor.
That's good. You got like a lot of stuff. You got 5 segments. This will be 5.
Well, KO could cut him up. He's gonna put it on his laptop anyways. Let's just get into this final one. This one will be short.
What, Floyd?
Yeah, Floyd McGregor.
All yours.
All yours, buddy.
All yours, buddy.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another finger-licking good edition of With me, as always, the food critic.
Those chips are good. KOR Sports on YouTube.
And
your name is, though?
Steven Kurin.
And Frederick Hawthorne with Barbershop Conversations.
It's obvious we can't get over this whole WBC convention that happened in Miami. Nancy, bring it to LA already. Come on. But Floyd Mayweather was there, obviously. He was amazed, as you stated earlier, by the Muhammad Ali statue. But the one thing that just can't escape Floyd Mayweather is this whole Conor McGregor situation. And Floyd has been on Instagram going ham. Instagram Live. Going ham on Conor. Like, he's posting videos of Conor McGregor being choked out and tapped out by a...
That's right. He did that.
He just did that. And he's just literally going at it, you know? He's going at it with McGregor. And he said, if I'm quoting him correctly, stop talking to him about me. No matter what, I'll slap him in the face.
Yeah,
and stuff like
I'll
that.
slap the shit out of him.
When I see him.
When I see him. So it's like, how can Floyd not escape this? Again, we all know McGregor signed under a contract with UFC. UFC, I don't think will ever let any of their fighters that signed under the contract fight in a boxing match or anything. So why is it that Floyd just can't seem to escape this guy?
I mean, well, obviously the whole thing with Conor getting a boxing license, I think, brought it to fruition again. I want to say, wasn't Floyd the first one to kind of say McGregor's name when he said, like, oh, the only name I'm looking at is Conor McGregor, like, kind of all that. So, I mean, I think McGregor just
actually, he posted it on his social media platform. It was a picture of him and Conor McGregor facing each other.
Floyd did.
Yeah,
right?
Floyd did. And he said, I released that.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember he even saying, like, oh, some of the rumors you guys are hearing, like,
it's from me.
I'm putting out.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Everything Floyd does is very calculated, very, there's a reason behind it for sure. So, I don't know if it's just to kind of promote whoever he thinks he's going to fight next. Just to kind of, obviously they're the two biggest names in fight sports right now. So, they're going to keep talking about each other to kind of keep themselves even more relevant. I don't know, the whole Instagram posting. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of that. It was just, I guess, just you're showing a guy choking Conor McGregor out, and then you're standing on the ring like with your arms crossed.
Hey, give credit
So
to
you're gonna
Diaz
say-
for doing that. Say his name.
Who?
Give credit for Diaz for choking him out.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But I think I guess my thing with that was like, well, if you were willing to fight him in the octagon, then yeah, like post some shit like that, like standing there, like yeah, I do the same thing, kind of a thing. But you're not going to do that. So everyone knows you're not going to do that. Everyone knows you're not going to go into the octagon.
Yeah, absolutely right.
And that's something I think. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know if fight fans are giving enough credit to Conor McGregor for that. But the fact that he says like, yeah, like I'll go into his world. You know what I mean? Like I'll do what he does. I think people maybe put a little too much on like, well, you fight stand up, so maybe you have a little better chance or whatever. Like maybe that's true, but like stand up in MMA and stand up in boxing or just boxing is completely different.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's willing to do that, I think says a lot, about him. But I mean, regardless, I really don't think this fight. I think it's a lot of money, so it's kind of one of those things where there's so much money that how can they not do it? Kind of like Pacquiao Mayweather. It's like eventually happen, but I think they're just kind of trolling each other and just kind of using each other's name to promote whatever they both got going next. I don't know. That's how I see it.
Well, I hope the fight. Well, I'm doing this for selfish reasons because when Floyd's next fight, we're releasing the film.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. So what it's called In Your Corner, in case you don't know. So whatever.
No, go ahead.
Whatever.
Just go a little later. I got it. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay. Whenever this fight occurs, we're going to put the movie on video on demand, and then we'll have MMA fans watching it, ordering it. We'll have boxing fans ordering it. So from a selfish perspective, I want to move 100,000 units. At $10, $12 a piece, that's $1.2 million. So, so I'm hoping this fight happens. I want him to fight two people. Manny Pacquiao or Conor McGregor. I don't want him to fight Danny Garcia next. But more importantly, we need to see Floyd Mayweather in the ring because he's going to promote the movie as well as promote the fight. So, which would be amazing. Which would be probably the biggest. No, not probably. Will be the biggest check I've ever gotten in my life. Literally, if Floyd Mayweather comes back and fights again. So take either one of them out. And I genuinely hope the fight happens. So. We have to sit back and wait and see. It's totally up to Floyd. The irony about it, it's totally up to Floyd Mayweather. The reason why I say it's totally up to Floyd Mayweather is because he can give Dana White, he can sign Dana White's check and say, how much we need $2 million for a release for this fight? Here's $2 million for Conor McGregor's release for one fight.
Yeah.
He can make that happen. Showtime has the budget to make that happen.
Right.
So
I actually talked to, or I didn't talk to, I was listening. I was
you're hustling.
On Steven Espinosa talking to Lance Puckmeyer at, what was that? At
this Saturday.
No, this was a while back. This was
was
at Cuellar versus Mares. I think the first little press conference they did at the Palm Restaurant. And it was right when those rumors first. It was right after Floyd said it live on TV that he wanted to fight Conor. And sure enough, Steven Espinosa was like, yeah, like I'm going to Vegas tomorrow to start talking to these people and whatever. And I remember thinking like, what? Like, I thought it was just some BS publicity stunt or whatever. But yeah, I mean,
no, they want to fight each other, but the logistics of it won't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
It's obvious. It's painfully obvious that they want to fight each other, and they're using their free platforms to do so.
It might end up being like John Jones and Dan Henderson. They wanted to fight each other for a while too, but the only reason they did it this past weekend was just a charity event. It might actually end up being Floyd versus Conor at a charity event. We might not want to see that because we want to actually see them fight. If it's a charity event, we know they're gonna pull punches, take it lightly, and everything like that. But I just don't.
John just choked Henderson out. Like that wasn't nice.
Yeah, this is true.
I don't think he was like. I think he was like that. I want to
But I don't know. It's just I just can't get over the fact that these two guys just keep circling each other, and it just seems like it'll never happen. It's just weird that Floyd would even. Obviously, I know why he's bringing up Conor's name, but it's just weird why he would continue to do so.
Well, at the end of the day, they're both benefiting from it. And,
yes, they are.
And some may say Floyd is bigger than Conor McGregor. MMA fans may say Conor McGregor currently is bigger than Floyd Mayweather. But at the end of the day, Floyd wants to remain relevant. And
he's doing a great job with it.
If you know Floyd's personality, he don't want to be second
to nobody.
I mean, like for real. And Conor McGregor is the biggest name he can use, and he's panhandling him for his notoriety, and likewise Conor McGregor, likewise Ronda Rousey, likewise everyone else in boxing. You know what I mean? So.
That's true because Conor and Ronda were going at it back and forth for a while too because she was the most relevant name in it. That's a good point. Yeah.
So that's at the end of the day. So worst case scenario, Floyd gets a few million more followers on Instagram and people buy more TMT hats and shirts, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the MGM store.
You know he's going to come up with like an Irish TMT shirt.
Oh, when he came out with that Filipino TMT shirt, that was hilarious.
That was classic.
That was nice.
You know that's coming. Yeah. During February, probably during St. Patty's Day. That's going to come out.
If someone's listening, they would do that. They would.
Right, they're doing it now. Yeah.
I should call Floyd. Be like, Floyd, you need to. St. Patty's Day.
And you need to on the back go. Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's MMA versus boxing has just always been a big conversation. It'd be great to see. We've had some.
Because Silva and Roy Jones, right?
Yeah, Silva, Roy Jones. We had Mercer actually go in there and knock out Tim Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've had
James Toney.
Randy Couture choke out James Toney. Oh my God!
They should have given James like Liddell or something. Someone who actually stands
up. Then we had Holly Holm
James
beat Ronda Rousey.
Oh, she was a boxer first.
She was a boxer first, world champion.
But she's had.
She's had experience.
Yeah,
she kicked her in the dome, but still, a boxer did that to.
We're always going to have that conversation, I think. I mean,
forever.
It's fighting. It's
like WWF and NWO.
Oh, WCW back in the days.
Yeah, when we was kids.
When we was kids.
Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Sting versus the Ultimate Warrior. The Road Warriors versus the
Demolition at the
time. Yeah, good times. Good times. So those will always be a topic of conversation.
Yeah, well, and we just happen to have two guys
that are on the forefront. It's like two guys that
are the same side.
Because at the time Jones and Silva were talking about, Jones was obviously on a downslide of his career, and Silva was peaking. At this time, Floyd may be the retired fighter, but he hasn't lost anything. And Conor is just the hottest thing in MMA at the moment. So it's like it makes perfect sense that these two would be talking about one another. But still, at the same time, I just can't get over the fact that we'll never see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it for sure if it were ever to happen, but it just seems like, and UFC just sold for $4 billion. They don't want their biggest star
taking an L
to take an L like that.
Even though right when the purchasing was going on, he took the L against Diaz.
Yeah, but I mean that made the rematch that much bigger. You know what I mean? And then
that was a good fight though. Conor was winning that fight too.
Yeah,
I thought.
Yeah, because he won the first round. Yeah, he did win the first round big.
But so I mean, I think they know it'll happen. One way or the other. Like it's very, very possible. Obviously, that'll happen again, like in MMA, in MMA rules. But to kind of, I don't know, to put him against like the best boxer in the world. I mean, and Floyd's, Floyd isn't like the biggest power puncher or anything like that. So Floyd just might embarrass him for 12 rounds, and then it's like, well, do you really want to see Conor again after like seeing him for 36 minutes, getting kind of just pounded in the face, and you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not a good look for them. I just don't see.
I can see Conor in the 12th round being like, you know what, fuck this, I'm about to grab him and body slam him.
I wouldn't be surprised if he like front kicked him in the face. Just to be like, all right, like whatever.
He'll be wearing shoes at the time, so I'm assuming he'll probably grapple him and just toss him to the ground.
He'll
be like,
I think he'll still kick him.
Boy, to see that coming and parry his leg kick. But Freddie Roach said it would take him 5 years to train him for
Floyd. Yep, he did say that. He did.
He said Floyd asked him to train Conor though.
Yeah, because they wanted to make it a big fight. Floyd is on his PR.
Floyd knows what he's doing.
Is a master salesman, man. He knows what's up. He knows what will get people's attention. He'll know if Freddie Roach is in the corner of Conor McGregor, like, oh, that's the guy who trained Pacquiao. See what he does this time,
Trainer of the year.
Exactly. So he knows what's going on. He knows who to pick. Like, he could have gotten Robert Garcia too, but I think the better name would have, because obviously Freddie Roach is Irish as well. So it'll work perfect with Conor McGregor,
Yeah. Oh, he is. I forgot he has an Irish tattoo or something.
He's Irish, so.
Or maybe put Floyd Sr. and Freddie Roach on the undercard.
Exactly. Or Robert Garcia and Freddie Roach, like we saw at the round table with them. They did a nice little face-off and everything. Yeah. We're on the same size. Anything else to close out? Obviously, our video recording and our YouTube lives. Anything you guys got to say to close it out?
No, I mean just Hopkins Smith this Saturday is going to be great. We're going to kind of continue to give you guys, try to bring you guys the show with fighters and stuff. I think we got Leo Santa Cruz lined up
Next
maybe
week.
the next week or so.
Yeah, we do
try to
have
bring
Santa Cruz lined up next week.
But yeah, let us know in the comments. Let us know what we can improve on, what you guys want. Maybe there's some fighters here in LA or something you guys want to see, or anywhere else. Just let us know. Maybe we could, Skype some fighters or something like that. Just let us know how you guys want.
Oh, we'll do that. Trust me,
Yeah.
we got that on lock.
And we'll work on it.
No, actually, we need our fans to improve. I think we're perfect.
Right.
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins this weekend. If you love boxing, I encourage you guys. I don't know what happens in the ring. Obviously, I want Bernard Hopkins to win. But just from a historical perspective, say you watch Bernard come and go. Same thing happens when a baseball player retires in October. Or Vince Scully. I'm not the biggest Dodger fan, but I watched the Vince Scully game in San Francisco. It was.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I watched that game. You know what I mean? Or Alex Rodriguez's last game. I'm a Yankees fan, but Magic Johnson's last game. Ken Griffey's last game when Magic Johnson was in the All-Star game. Michael Jordan retiring his last game. So these are just events that you just want to be a part of just because you're a sports fan or a boxing fan. So tickets are really cheap, $25
To get in the door?
To get in the door, just to get in the door. And it looks like it's not going to be a sold-out crowd.
No, it's not.
So work your way down, say what's up to us.
It's a great arena. It's
only 2 levels.
Yeah.
It's only 2, and the seats are good.
Yeah,
The seats are the real seats.
Oh,
they're
seats. Actual seats.
The actual
Real
seats are really comfortable. It's not like the old form where they were old plastic yellow seats and purple seats. They're real comfortable seats like this. So barbershop conversation. Hit the subscribe button and pass it to you.
Obviously, thank you guys continuously for the support. We started this about 2 months ago. It's been going great. As you see, we've always had fighters. Once in a while, we'll do shows like this and everything. We got Leo Santa Cruz lined up next week. We're working on Brandon Rios. We're also working on Victor Ortiz. We're gonna have a Fight Guys episode with a couple of female fighters. Anicia Estrada is one of them. We're trying to get Marlene as soon as we can.
From Golden Boy?
Yeah.
She's actually going to. She told me yesterday she's going to go to Europe to train. So we'd have to get her when she.
When she comes back and everything. So we'll get things like that. Obviously, let me shout out Fern Gully who won the tickets for Mares versus Cuellar. We're going to be doing giveaways for Santa Cruz versus Frampton and also for Rios versus Ortiz. We're going to be doing giveaways for that. And just again, subscribe, share, let your friends know, thumbs up all the time. As they said, let us know what we need to improve on. We'll obviously try to do so. Things will just get better from now on in this point. And we'll have more shows coming up before the year is over. But until then, we'll see you guys then. Have a good one. All right, people.